Good afternoon, everyone. It's 20 to 6 here on Friday, the 1st of October. And my, what a week it's been. Looking at VectorVest USA, we can see that the short-term trend of the US is down, the underlying trend is down, and we've got a confirmed down in place that's been in place now for quite a few weeks. We have 1,100 companies on a buy, 2,100 on a sell. The buy-sell ratio obviously 0.53, well below 1. Is the sell-off over, one asks, because the market has bounced 21 ticks today. I've been trading at trading the S&P 500, and I've had a very, very good week. Very little to do with me. The market was just moving, and it moved cleanly. I, however, was stopped out of all my positions, most of them at entry, HCA at entry, but I got stopped out of Snap at a loss, not the end of the world. Let's have a look at the S&P 500. There's the S&P 500, and quite an easy couple of weeks trading. In fact, from that inside bar it moved up, and then there was a double inside, and I managed to get that bit. I got 56 points out of that. This little bit in here lost 11 points, and on this red bar I was short twice. One in the pre-open, which is strange for me, made 10 points on that, and then got back in again at the American Open and made 50 points on that. So 4 trades, 3 winners and 1 loser. Very good week. Some weeks you cry at the end of the week in the S&P when you get nailed in a bit like this, but that was really, really good. As you can see, market has found some support. Now, last weekend I was wrestling with the fact, I was talking about this little wave down, and I was wondering as to whether this 3-wave down was in fact this over, and one of our VectorVest subscribers bought in just about here. But my advice to everybody in the video that I did, I think on Tuesday, and the video that I did for the subscribers on Monday, is that we needed to close above this level, above that little swing high, to prove that this corrective pattern, if it was a corrective pattern, is over. Now, for those of you that are listening and wondering when to get back in again, well, I think now that I've just got to relabel this. This is now the 3-wave pattern. Can it go lower here? Of course it can. That low is holding at the moment, but quite easily we could go lower for this first leg to be the same as the second leg. But momentum-wise, the momentum indicators are looking very strong here for a bounce from this level. Those of you that want to be safe before buying in again, well, you'll want a close above that high to actually prove reasonably categorically that this corrective pattern is over. I think that if you just watch the VectorVest indicators, you'll see the indicators turning green, but just give that chart a quick eyeball. A close above those highs would prove as best we can in this line of work that this corrective pattern is over. Let's have a look at the 24-hour market, which sometimes, in fact, frequently gives better levels. That's the 24-hour cash market. It follows the E-mini futures market, just a few ticks away. And I've got my 833 stochastic. I've been using it forever. I'm not saying it's the best in the world, but it's worked for me. Experiment and find something that you like the look of. I've seen a few people today suggest that this is a falling wedge. It could very easily be a falling wedge, but what we do see here now is we see a compound divergence, and this market now is making falling bottoms, okay, and The indicator is making a double bottom and a rising bottom. Now, I've lived in South Africa for a very long time, and in South Africa we had a technical analyst who'd been around forever, a guy called Dr. Clive Raffy, who and died last year, the year before, and he used to say that with the momentum indicator, if the price is falling and the indicator makes a double bottom and then a rising bottom, I've never seen that fail, and I can nearly hear Clive say it. So this is starting to look very promising, ladies and gentlemen, that we may have a bottom in, and this excursion down, as you can see, the excursion went exactly to these highs. That this excursion down, which occurred in the pre-market, the pre-American market should I say, was in fact a bit of a washout. So let's just watch for that, but I must admit I'm starting to get quite hopeful. If I see any evidence on Monday, certainly in the short-term work, I shall in fact be looking to get a sneaky little long in at around that level. If this is a falling wedge, the target would be very good. The target would be somewhere up around here. We can easily punch up to 4600 very quickly here, assuming some of the political headwinds get out of the way. So just watch the front page of VectorVest, and I think that with any luck we'll see some green light early next week, and that can make us quite a bit of cash going into Christmas. However, you have to be wary that if this low goes, then we could quite easily see a repeat of this sell-off. So looking good at the minute, folks, looking good at the minute. The momentum excellent, and those of you that do like trend lines will see that that's quite something. That's, you know, that little trend line is in place, and we've got this confluence. That's a 78% retracement of this, so an awful lot of buying power down around those levels. I spoke about this last night at the VectorVest swing trading group that I took last night. I don't normally take it, but I took it last night. So I haven't done anything, but I'm very, very pleased with my efforts this week, and that's in a week like this, you end the week on a high. When you get stuck into a week like this one, and you just get wept all over the show just there, well, you end the week in tears, you know, just very, very difficult. Everybody will always have an answer after the fact, but within that sort of noise you can get whipped about. Oh my word, you can end the week a very, very humble person. Let's look at the gold market, and I haven't been at my best in the gold market. I've in fact held on to polymetal probably far too long on an expectation that this ghastly pattern we've had since last July or August is a corrective pattern. I'm still holding on to that, and I still believe that this is wave 1 and this is an ABC of a wave 3 to come. And just to put some money on the line, I'm long of the gold market again. Those of you who know me will know I was long here, and managed to get the stop to entry, made a little bit, I think 50 and a half. The reason I got into that, the stochastic, as you can see, was right down in the buy area, and this price had fallen, and that was flattish in the buy area. That's a compound divergence, not one of Clive's double bottom and rising bottom, but a compound divergence. If you actually look at it in a 4-hour chart, I noticed that on the 4-hour chart yesterday there was this beautiful outside bar that in fact was outside 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles, a brute of a reversal here at the fib level. So I'm long of the market from 72, and I haven't quite got my stop to entry yet, but I'm hoping that before nightfall, market closes, that I'll get my stop loss up to 1742 and take a little bit off. This market's been treacherous. Let's see what happens. So let's now have a look at the UK market, and the UK market, I've taken some action this week. I sold Halma on Monday because a degradation in the VectorVest. It's run so far that the VectorVest fundamentals looked exceptionally stretched. I sold a couple of stocks based on the confirmed down and the VectorVest stop loss, and I was nearly in tears selling Games Workshop, but it's gone. I managed to get about 105 for it when it closed below the VectorVest stop loss. So if you have a look at the shares I'm holding, I'm still holding Cape, I'm still holding KNOS, I'm still holding JD Sports, and I've got Polymetal that's sitting under its stop loss. I should get rid of that, but I have faith that the gold market is going to rise. It's paying me a very, very good dividend. That's an excuse, I know, folks, but that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So Games Workshop is gone, and I also sold that small little chemical company, CRL, I think. I sold that during the course of the week as well. It was a very small position for me. But now I've got a reasonable amount of cash for the next swing up, the cash that I've got from Halma and the cash that I managed to get out of Games Workshop, which is in fact my biggest position. No doubt I'll be buying into Games Workshop soon again, but it closed below the VectorVest stop loss. Okay. Many people have been emailing me about Lion Trust Asset Management, and we've had a really great run in Lion Trust Asset Management. It's off a little bit today, somebody told me. As you can see, it's on a hold recommendation on VectorVest. And ladies and gentlemen, this is a long-term portfolio I'm running here. As you can see, there's the share price, there's the VectorVest stop loss, and if this closes below the VectorVest stop loss, then it will go. Many of you will have got rid of it already because it's fallen quite a way. But my rules in this little portfolio is that I'm going to do my best to get out if the share closes below the VectorVest calculated stop loss. I'm hoping that this in fact will be a good place to buy in and add some more to Lion Trust Asset Management. Wouldn't be at all surprised that it gets down, however, to that level, that nice big round number. We shall see if markets can in fact hold the level. If the S&P holds the level, as I'm hoping and suspect it will, then with any luck we'll be okay here. But if it does show red here, it will go. So VectorVest members, I'll see you all Monday afternoon at 1:30, and we'll discuss the UK portfolio in detail. The SPX still holding on to that 21-point gain, and that's quite a nice looking little turnaround. Okay, hoping that this ABC correction is now over, and that we can start to run up towards hopefully the year-end rally. Time will tell. Thanks very much, everyone. Bye-bye.